Hey guys, okay, so today I am here with a quick review of NYX or NYX, whichever one you call it, the Honey Do Me Up Primer. Now I've had this primer for about a week now. I wanted to wear it a few days and let you guys know what I thought of it. So I just put it on now. I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's really fresh, and so I just put it on now, and it's a mixed review of it. I do like it. First of all, I got this from Ulta, and it came up to about $18. Right, I think it was $17 plus tax, so about $18. So it's pretty pricey for NYX. I feel like they're trying to go borderline high-end / drugstore. I don't know what NYX is trying to do. So recently, I started to see NYX in Target. At least in my Targets in Connecticut, I've seen NYX there a lot. So sometimes I feel like they're a department store because it used to only be at Ulta, and now you can find it at Target. But this is pretty pricey to be NYX. So I wanted to see if it's worth the price, if it's worth the hype, you know? So it says that it has honey in it. It's a natural antiseptic. It has gold flakes, which increases skin radiance, and collagen for smoother skin. So I don't know if you guys can see it. You see through the bottle or whatever, but there are a lot of little gold flakes in it. It's very sticky. So my opinion on it is it does work well as a primer. It's a good primer, and it definitely smooths the skin. I don't know if you can tell, but I have my foundation on. Actually, I have the L'Oreal True Match foundation, and it definitely went on much more smoothly. It looks very smooth with this primer. My biggest thing is that it talks about the gold flakes that increases skin radiance. I don't see that at all. Once you put this on, the gold flakes completely disappear. My skin doesn't seem to be more radiant or less radiant or anything. It's not like it affects it at all, but I thought it would be like more moisturizing because it says Honey Do Me Up, so it would be more moisturizing. It doesn't feel very moisturizing to me at all. In fact, I usually use the Too Faced primer, and that feels more moisturizing than this one. This one actually kind of feels like it dries me out. So I would say if you have dry skin, then this definitely would not be for you, because I have oily skin and it feels like it dries me out. So if you have combination skin, I think maybe this would be perfect for you. But I have oily skin and it just feels a little bit drying because I use this foundation all the time, so I know it's not the foundation. And when I put this foundation on, it's fine. My skin doesn't feel dry or too moist or not moist, too oily or anything. But with this, my skin does feel a little bit dry. Now that being said, throughout the day, it lasts for a pretty good amount of time. I usually get ready for work around, what time is it right now? It's 10:30. So I usually get ready for work by 10:30. Yesterday I came home around 6 and my skin was oily as usual. I have very oily skin, and so it doesn't help with the oil or anything. I don't think it's supposed to help with oil. It's a little oily. My skin was very oily after still. But it does make your skin smoother. It did last. When you're putting it on, it is so sticky. It's crazy. Like, it's so stringy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but when you put it on, it's just, and I try to wrap it around to stop the stringage, and that just does not happen. It's very sticky. That's the only part I don't like about it, is that when you're putting it on, it's so sticky. I can't even deal with it. But then it just goes dry. You feel like if you put it on, it's like sticky, and you're like, okay, this is not gonna work. It's way too sticky. And then all of a sudden it just dries nice and smooth. So it feels like it's gonna be overly sticky, and you're gonna hate it. But then just wipe it as usual, spread it around, and then it's gonna dry out like a nice matte finish. It's not gonna stay sticky. The only thing is, the first time I put it on, I guess I put too much on. So I'm smoothing it over, and then I put my foundation on and start stippling it on with my brush, and it starts like crumbling up. I can see I put too much on, and I'm wiping like little crumbs off, and I can tell it's from this. So just make sure you don't put too much on. So I would give this, I don't know, I would say a B+. Well, in terms of as a primer, I would say an A- as a primer. It does hold your makeup. It doesn't promise anything about oily, so I can't really say, oh, you know, my skin got oily because of this, because my skin's just oily. So in terms of a primer, I would give this an A-. But in terms of the, sorry, it was my phone, increasing skin radiance, that doesn't, for me, that didn't happen at all. My skin didn't seem more radiant or more moisturized, or when you see the word honey dew me up, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna look nice and dewy. Not at all. This is the finished look that I have right now. It's not a dewy look at all. I don't feel like I look more radiant at all. And even the light is coming in, so I look brighter, and I have my concealer on and everything, but in regards to just the primer, it doesn't really do anything for the radiance of your skin. So for $17, I don't know if I would say this is worth $17. It works well, and I know there are other primers that are so much more expensive, but I wish I had it with me. But L'Oreal has a really good primer for $10, $9 or $10 at Target, and it comes out white, and then you put it on, it dries clear, and that one works great when it comes to radiance. Like, I really see the flex, sparks. You know what I'm trying to say, right? You can see it shine through. It's L'Oreal, and I think it's called Illuminator, Illuminator, something about light and illumination, and that works really well. And for $10, and it really shines through, it really primes, it holds all day. I wish I had that with me. Sorry, I should have showed that too. That works really well. So when you see this, and it's $17 from NYX, and it talks about radiance and gold flecks. So for $17, no, I would say I would not repurchase this. It works. I'm gonna keep it. It works well as a primer, but I got this one for $10. I know the regular Too Faced, the regular size, is much more expensive, but I got this for $10 at Ulta, and I've had it forever because you need such a small amount because you just press it out like this. So I would prefer to get this one, this size again, for $10 rather than this for $17. And then I hate how you have to put it on. This little brush right here, it sucks. It's the worst thing. Like, you're like spatula on your face. It's just, it's not the best packaging at all. It looks pretty. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I like the packaging as in it's pretty, but putting it on, no. The radiance, no. Primer as a primer, yes, it works well. For $17, I probably would not purchase it again. And once again, I said I have oily skin, so maybe if you have dry skin, I really wouldn't recommend it for you. But if anybody has had another experience on it or have any more questions, please comment below. If I left anything out, I told you the price. I got it from Ulta. Like I said, as a primer, A+, and then as regards as increasing radiance, that's gonna be a C. Smoother skin. It says for collagen, it gives smoother skin. I do like that. It does look smoother. When I put my foundation on, it definitely looks smoother than usual. But my biggest thing is I want something that looks like moisturized and dewy and radiant and everything. So that, I'm gonna give a thumbs down for that. So yeah, if you have any more questions or if you have had a different experience, please let me know in the comments below. So please don't forget to thumbs up this video and let me know what other reviews you guys would want or anything else you want to see. And I will talk to you guys in my next video.